All right, everyone get ready, because today we are going deep on Shilajit.
Shilajit.
Yeah, have you heard of this stuff?
I have.
It's one of those things I feel like that I've heard about, but I don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
So for our listeners out there, think with me for a second, like high up in the Himalayas,
Okay.
this thick, kind of tar-like substance oozing out of the rocks.
Oozing right out of the rocks, and it's been forming for centuries from decomposed plant matter.
Centuries.
Centuries.
Wow, so what kind of plants are we talking about here?
Well, you got a really unique flora up in the Himalayas. So
Okay.
some of the plants that researchers have identified include things like Euphorbia royliana
Okay.
and Trifolium repens.
Interesting.
But here's something that's fascinating, is that Shilajit has also been discovered in other mountainous regions like the Andes in South America.
Oh, wow. So it's not just a Himalayan thing.
Not just a Himalayan thing, exactly. And, that raises some interesting questions about the specific plant sources and how geographic location might influence the composition of the Shilajit.
That makes a lot of sense. So not all Shilajit is created equal.
Right.
But what about the chemical makeup of it?
Okay.
It's not just like one thing.
No, it's not just one thing.
Yeah.
It's hundreds of different compounds all coming together, and that's what makes it so unique.
Wow.
But there is one key player that we do need to talk about, and that is fulvic acid.
Okay, fulvic acid. I've heard that name before, but to be honest, I don't really know what it is. Can you break that down for us?
Yes, I can. So think of fulvic acid like a powerful antioxidant.
Okay.
And to understand antioxidants, we need to think about free radicals.
All right.
So free radicals are these harmful molecules in your body that can damage cells and contribute to a lot of health problems.
Gotcha.
So antioxidants are like little superheroes that come in and fight those free radicals and protect your body.
So fulvic acid is helping our bodies be protected from those damaging molecules.
That is the idea, and there's also evidence that suggests it has anti-inflammatory properties as well.
Okay, so it calms down inflammation in the body.
Exactly.
So this Shilajit, with its superstar fulvic acid, has been used in Ayurvedic medicine for a really long time, right?
Ages.
What were they using it for way back then?
You name it. Boosting energy vitality, promoting longevity, treating a wide array of ailments. There are even stories about Sherpas in the Himalayas that are known for their strength and endurance.
Yeah, incredibly strong people.
Attributing their health to Shilajit consumption.
Wow.
Now, of course, those are just anecdotes,
Right.
but they point to a long history of traditional use.
That's fascinating, but we're not just relying on stories, right? We want the science.
We want the science.
So what does modern research have to say about this Shilajit?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting, especially in light of your interest in cognitive function and Alzheimer's disease.
Okay, yeah.
So remember fulvic acid?
Yes.
There's research suggesting it might play a role in protecting the brain.
Really? How so?
Well, researchers are exploring a link between fulvic acid and a protein called tau. And you see in Alzheimer's disease, tau proteins, which are normally very important for the structure and function of brain cells, they start to clump together.
So they're like little building blocks and then they go haywire
Exactly.
and start sticking to each other randomly.
Exactly. And these clumps, they're called tangles, disrupt the normal functioning of brain cells, which leads to the symptoms of Alzheimer's.
Okay, that makes sense. So where does fulvic acid come in?
Well, a study that was published in the International Journal of Agriculture, Environment, and Food Sciences by researchers Arda Honor Erzkuk and Murat Selkuk
Okay.
found that fulvic acid might actually block the formation of these tau tangles in a lab setting.
So it's like preventing those building blocks from sticking together in the wrong way.
That's it.
Wow.
And this is early research, but it's an exciting finding.
Yeah, that could have huge implications.
Huge implication.
For Alzheimer's treatment, that's amazing.
Absolutely. And there's other areas of research, too, where we're seeing some benefits for Shilajit, like anti-ulcer properties.
Really?
Yeah, imagine it like a protective barrier for your stomach lining,
Interesting.
helping to prevent and even heal ulcers.
So it's soothing and protecting the stomach.
That's the idea. And then there's the potential for managing diabetes.
Okay.
Research suggests that Shilajit might help regulate blood sugar levels.
So it's helping to keep the blood sugar levels in check.
Exactly. And there's even evidence suggesting that Shilajit might have anti-anxiety effects.
Oh, wow.
Think of it as a natural relaxant,
Okay.
helping to calm the nervous system and reduce those feelings of anxiety.
Promoting calm and well-being.
Exactly. And we can't forget about its neuroprotective properties, meaning that Shilajit may help protect brain cells from damage.
So it's like a shield for the brain.
Helping to keep those cells healthy and functioning.
That's especially important as we get older.
Absolutely.
Our brains become more vulnerable.
Yes. And, we've talked about all this research.
Yeah, it seems like it's a powerhouse.
It is.
But you did mention that the research is still kind of in its early stages.
Yes, absolutely. While these findings are exciting, we need more research, particularly large-scale clinical trials, to confirm these benefits and determine optimal dosages.
Right, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that it's safe and effective for everyone.
Absolutely.
So speaking of safety, let's talk about that, because Shilajit is natural.
Right.
But natural doesn't always automatically mean safe.
Exactly. And with Shilajit, one of the biggest concerns is the potential for contamination.
Contaminated, what do you mean?
Well, depending on where and how it's harvested and processed, Shilajit can contain heavy metals,
Like what?
things like lead,
Oh, no.
mercury, and even arsenic.
Wow.
And these can be toxic to the body.
Yeah, that's not good. So finding a pure product is really important.
It's essential.
So what should people be looking for?
Well, you want to look for brands that are transparent about their sourcing and their purification methods. Reputable companies are going to have their products tested by independent labs
Right.
to make sure that they are free from those harmful contaminants.
Okay, so third-party testing is key.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else we should be aware of?
Yes. Shilajit can also interact with certain medications, particularly blood thinners and diabetes medications.
Oh, wow.
So it's always best to talk to your doctor before adding Shilajit to your routine, especially if you are taking any medications.
So this isn't something that you just casually start taking
Right.
without doing your research.
Exactly. You want to be informed, and some people may experience mild side effects.
Okay.
Things like upset stomach allergies or even changes in blood pressure. So it's always wise to start with a low dose and see how your body reacts.
So proceed with caution
Yes.
and listen to your body.
Listen to your body, exactly. It's
Yeah.
about personalized health and responsible use.
I love that.
So now, for those who have cleared it with their doctor and are using a high-quality purified product, let's revisit those exciting potential benefits.
Yes, let's do it.
Remember how we discussed the impact of fulvic acid on that tau protein aggregation?
Yes, that was a big aha moment for me. It's really amazing to think that something found in nature could have that big of an impact on brain health.
It is, and remember, it's not just safer. Alzheimer's research suggests that Shilajit may have a wide range of benefits, from supporting energy levels and athletic performance to boosting the immune system and even enhancing fertility.
Wow, it really is like an ancient multitasker.
It is.
But again, we need to remember that the research is ongoing,
Yes.
and we need more studies to confirm these benefits and understand exactly how Shilajit works in the body.
Absolutely. I completely agree. It's important to be realistic about the potential benefits and avoid getting caught up in hype or exaggerated claims.
Right.
So what does all this mean for our listeners?
Yeah, what's the bottom line when it comes to Shilajit? Well, I think it's safe to say that Shilajit is a fascinating natural substance with a long history of use in traditional medicine, and modern science is starting to shed light on some of its potential benefits,
Yeah.
particularly in the areas of cognitive health, energy production, and immune support.
Exactly. But it's essential to use Shilajit responsibly, choosing a high-quality purified product, consulting with your doctor, and paying attention to your body's response.
Great points. So for you listening out there, what are your thoughts so far? What stands out to you the most about Shilajit?
You know what's fascinating to me is the sheer complexity of this substance.
Yeah.
And how it reflects the interconnectedness of nature, from its origins in the decomposition of plants over centuries
Right.
to its potential impact on human health and, even as we'll discuss later, bee conservation.
Interesting.
Shilajit is a powerful reminder that there's still so much we can learn from the natural world.
It's a testament to the power of nature's pharmacy.
It is.
And this sense of discovery is what keeps me coming back for more.
Absolutely.
It's such a privilege to be able to explore these topics together.
I agree.
Okay, so we've delved into the origins, the science, the potential benefits and risks of Shilajit,
We have
but we haven't yet discussed how to actually use it.
the practical side of things.
That's coming up in part 2.
So stay tuned as we talk about dosage, different forms of Shilajit, and even some creative ways to incorporate it into your daily routine.
So interesting. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So we've explored the science, the potential benefits and risks of Shilajit, but now let's get down to the practical stuff. How do you actually use this stuff?
That's the question, isn't it? And it really depends in part on the type of Shilajit you choose. Remember, we talked about pure resin, honey sticks, and capsules.
Yeah.
Each has its own kind of quirks.
Right. Let's break those down, starting with the resin. That seems like the most authentic option, shall we say.
It is pure Shilajit resin is the real deal. It's got that strong, earthy, Some might even say bitter taste.
Okay.
Definitely an acquired taste.
I can imagine. So how do you actually consume it?
Well, the most common way is to dissolve a tiny amount. We're talking like a grain of rice size.
Huh.
In warm water or milk. You can also add it to tea or smoothies, anything that's warm enough to help it dissolve.
Okay, so a little goes a long way.
Absolutely. It's potent stuff. You always want to start small and see how your body reacts before increasing the dose.
So the resin is for the adventurous types.
Maybe so.
What about those Shilajit honey sticks? They seem a bit more user-friendly.
They are pre-portioned convenient, especially if you're on the go.
Right.
You just tear open the stick and either enjoy it straight or stir it into your beverage.
And the honey probably helps mask the strong taste of the Shilajit.
Exactly. It's a tasty and easy way to get your daily dose.
And then there are the capsules.
Right.
That's familiar territory for anyone who takes supplements.
Definitely capsules are great if you prefer a no-fuss, no-taste experience.
Yeah.
Just swallow it down with some water.
Simple and straightforward.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got our options. But regardless of which form you choose, dosage is important, right? What's the general recommendation?
Well, that's where things get a little tricky. There isn't a one-size-fits-all answer because the dosage can vary depending on your age, your health condition, the concentration of the Shilajit product you're using.
So how do you figure out the right amount?
Always start with the lowest dose recommended on the product label.
Okay.
And it's never a bad idea to check with your doctor,
Fair enough.
especially if you have any underlying health conditions.
Right. Don't just start experimenting with dosages on your own.
Exactly. And it's worth remembering that even in small doses, Shilajit can be potent. It's not like a multivitamin where you can pop a handful.
Yeah.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Got it. So beyond just dissolving it in water or swallowing a capsule, are there any interesting or creative ways to use Shilajit?
Absolutely. You can add it to your morning coffee or tea for an extra boost of energy.
Oh, okay.
Just know that it will add a slightly earthy flavor.
I could see that working well in a chai latte.
Exactly. Or you can stir a small amount into yogurt or oatmeal for a nutrient boost at breakfast.
Okay. I like that, sneaking in some extra goodness. Anything else?
This might surprise you, but Shilajit can also be used topically.
Really?
Some people apply a diluted solution to their skin as a face mask or a spot treatment.
Wait, really? On your skin?
Yes, there's a belief that it has anti-aging and skin healing properties.
Interesting.
Of course, as with anything you apply to your skin, it's essential to do a patch test first to make sure you don't have any adverse reactions.
Right. Safety first.
Always.
So many possibilities with this Shilajit.
It really is remarkable. And as we kind of wrap up our deep dive here, I think it's important to remember that Shilajit is a powerful natural substance with a lot of potential, but it's not a miracle cure.
Right. It's not going to solve all your problems overnight.
Exactly. Approaching it with a sense of curiosity, respect, and responsibility is key.
Yeah.
Do your research, choose a quality product, consult your doctor, and listen to your body.
Well said. If you do all that, Shilajit might just be a really valuable addition to your wellness journey. Okay, welcome back, you guys. So we have explored the science and potential of Shilajit, but now let's get down to practical stuff, like how do you actually use this stuff?
Well, that's the real question, right? And, it kind of depends in part on the type of Shilajit you choose. Remember we talked about pure resin honey sticks and capsules.
Right.
Each has its own kind of quirks.
Yeah. Let's break those down, starting with the resin.
Okay.
That just seems like the most authentic option.
It is pure Shilajit resin is the real deal. It's got a strong, earthy, some might even say bitter taste.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely an acquired taste.
I can imagine. So how do you actually consume that?
Well, the most common way is to dissolve a teeny tiny amount. I think we're talking like a grain of rice size in warm water or milk.
Okay.
You can also add it to tea or smoothies, anything that's warm enough to help dissolve it.
So a little goes a long way.
Absolutely. It's potent stuff. You always want to start small, see how your body reacts before increasing the dose.
Okay, so resin is for the adventurous types.
It could be.
What about those Shilajit honey sticks?
Oh, yeah.
They seem a bit more user-friendly.
Absolutely. They are pre-portioned convenient, especially if you're on the go. Yeah. You just tear open the stick and either enjoy it straight or stir it into a beverage.
And the honey probably helps mask that strong taste.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a tasty, easy way to get your daily dose.
And then there are the capsules.
Yep.
That's familiar territory.
Right.
For anyone who takes supplements.
Definitely capsules are great if you just prefer a no-fuss, no-taste experience,
Right.
Just swallow it down with some water.
Simple and straightforward.
That's it.
Okay, we've got our options. But regardless of which form you choose, dosage is important.
Dosage is important.
What's the general recommendation?
Well, that's where things get a little tricky
Okay.
because there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer. And, the dosage can vary depending on your age, your health condition, the concentration of the Shilajit product you're using.
So how do you figure out the right amount?
You always start with the lowest dose recommended on the product label.
Okay.
And it's never a bad idea to check with your doctor, especially if you have any underlying health conditions.
Right. Don't just start experimenting with dosages on your own.
Exactly. And it's worth remembering that even in small doses, Shilajit can be potent. It's not like a multivitamin where you can pop a handful.
Yeah?
Slow and steady wins the race.
Got it. So beyond just dissolving it in water or swallowing a capsule,
Yeah.
are there any interesting creative ways to use Shilajit?
There are, absolutely. You can add it to your morning coffee or tea for an extra boost of energy. Just know that it'll add a slightly earthy flavor.
Yeah, I can see that working well in a chai latte or something.
Exactly. Or you could even stir a small amount into yogurt or oatmeal for a nutrient boost at breakfast.
Yeah, I like that, sneaking in some extra goodness.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else?
This might surprise you, but Shilajit can also be used topically.
Really?
Some people apply a diluted solution to their skin as a face mask or spot treatment.
Wow, on your skin.
Yes. There's a belief that it has anti-aging and skin healing properties, of course. As with anything you apply to your skin, it's essential to do a patch test first to make sure you don't have any adverse reactions.
Safety first.
Always.
So many possibilities with this Shilajit.
It is remarkable, isn't it?
It is.
And as we kind of wrap up our deep dive on Shilajit, I think it's important to remember that it is a powerful natural substance with a lot of potential.
Yeah.
But it's not a miracle cure.
Right, it's not going to solve all of your problems overnight.
Exactly. Approaching it with a sense of curiosity, respect, and responsibility is key.
Yeah.
Do your research, choose a quality product, consult your doctor, and listen to your body.
Such great advice. Well said. If you do all that, Shilajit might just be a really valuable addition to your wellness journey. So there you have it, everyone. Our deep dive into the world of Shilajit, from its mysterious origins to its potential benefits and practical uses. I hope this has given you a really good understanding of this ancient substance.
It's been a fascinating exploration.
It really has, and that's what the deep dive is all about, taking you on a journey of discovery, empowering you with knowledge, and sparking your curiosity.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.
We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.